So for this last section, I want to talk about some other things that I've shared on the website, Canvas. And you'll see here's the seed propagation in week 2, but there's also some other links in week 2 that I want to just briefly introduce. The first one is a reading, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. It has some links. I want you to go to all of these links and go through this outline. It's a very short outline, and just poke around, look around, and understand what things are there. There's not a whole lot to go through. The problem, I would say, is that you could easily get bogged down in the detail on these web pages. Do not try and read and memorize and learn everything on these web pages. I'm not going to specifically talk about all of these things on a test. Now, Ohio State seeds, I'm not sure why that one didn't go. I'm going to have to change the link on that one. So here's the second one is working. I don't know why the first one didn't work, but there's tons of information on issues of their progress reports. Just take a look. The home page is going to be this one. I just have to change it to the home page here. They moved the link as they always do. The Association of Official Seed Analysts. Okay, if you are doing seed testing, seed production, there are guidelines to do it right. And so the AOSA is very important to know about in the Society of Commercial Seed Technologists. A whole industry of stuff out there. Where did it go? Well, that's weird. Not sure why the link went away. International Seed Testing Association, ISTA. Again, an international association associated with seed testing rules. Again, just poke around in here. Be aware of these things. The California Department of Food and Agriculture, CDFA seed program, and Seed Central. They've been very focused on Hartnell and interested in Hartnell students. The whole seed industry is a potential gold mine of career opportunities. Check them out. Look at these seed associations. Look at Seed Central. They might be something you're very interested to learn about. All right. And then it goes through some information. Again, very, very straightforward, simple stuff. I'll just have to change the one link before you look at this. The next one, germination and scoring sheet. This is an actual Excel sheet, which is a simplified version of what I actually used for about 8 years when I was doing the germination and scoring for Bruce Church and Fresh Express. And so I used a sheet very much like this one. I just kind of simplified what I was doing. I'm not going to show it to you, but download it, take a look. if we were in class, we would actually do some germination, and um, we would actually score some of our seeds that we germinated ourselves. The Colorado Seed Lab. They haven't moved. So again, a really good resource for seed information. And because things do move, I did download oh, come on. Why are they doing this? I just installed this Norton. Now it's trying to protect me. Anyway, this is just a downloaded version of the Seed Lab with the information I really wanted you to see. So here's the tetrazolium information and the dye, and it explains about the TZ testing on seeds. Please take a look at that, all right? Seed viability information. That is something I do want you to look at. And I also have it as a PDF version here, the same file. But Colorado Seed Lab, I think, is the most important. And that, robotics, that's week 3, I think. No, it's not. Robotics is still, I've got 2 more to go. This is something I just thought was really cool. It's a very short article, 4 pages, and mostly pictures. So really quick to read it. Oh, and actually, page 4 is completely blank. This should take you about 10 minutes to read. But when it first came out in 2016, January 2016, so it's now about 5 years, just it's amazing what they are doing in Japan. Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. We've got beautiful agricultural land and a lot of it. We're running into some problems with labor, and so that pushes some technology, but we're not in a situation where we don't have anywhere to grow our crops. In Europe, their labor issue is so far beyond ours that it pushes them to do things that we don't have to do. So some of the inventions that are coming around these days in technology are coming out of Europe because they've got the labor problems that are what we envision as the labor problems of our not too distant future. But we're not there yet. Our labor problems aren't as bad as theirs. And so often we take technology that gets started in Europe on smaller scales and we bring it here and we improve upon it. We scale it up like plant tape. Plant tape, they loved plant tape in concept, but we were doing 10 times the acreage on a given machine here in California that the biggest company was doing in Europe. And they just weren't up to the task. We needed to make things stronger, bigger, more robust, more hardcore. And so we did. And our current plant tape operation is amazing. And now we get to Japan. Japan has labor issues as well as land issues. They not only don't have the labor workforce in agriculture to do the kinds of things the way we do it, but their labor is worse than European labor problems, and they're on an island constrained by space, and they don't have the same amount of space to expand. So what do? They are really focused on the cutting edge of high-tech indoor robotic production of food. And so I would say looking at Japan is really, really something that you should do. Keep an eye on what they do because they are a glimpse into our own future in certain commodities, no question about it. And I'm curious where they've gone in the last 5 years. I'm sure that there have been improvements, no doubt, in 5 years. One of my friends spent several years in Japan doing um, work there, and it's an interesting culture, an interesting, different approach to things. Um, I'll leave it at that. So that's it for all of those items. Oops, I did have one more. Excuse me. The last one on this list is the ISTA, the International Seed Testing Association website. I give you the link here. I gave it to you on the previous page, but I want to make sure. Okay, yeah, I did give it to you on that other page, but this one's really important. I want to make sure you go to the ISTA. When I was working in the seed industry, I needed to be sure I was keeping up on ISTA rules. We had to follow these rules when we were selling seeds. We sold a lot of international seed through our European and Asian affiliates. And so it's really important if you're selling seed and buying seed and testing seed and doing everything else, you need to make sure that you are following standardized guidelines so that your tests are the same as somebody else's tests and your results can be appropriately compared and legally accurate.